Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Gary Crypto here. So we're finally at the weekend. All you need to do is get the rest of the day finished and you are on the home run. If you're working this weekend, good for you. Fair enough, running into Christmas. So I hope you guys are really starting to wind down a little bit and possibly looking forward to your Christmas breaks. So the talk of the town is currently this 2.5 trillion burn again because of the simple fact that they're launching the game in 2 days. So at first glance, this really does grab hold of people, and people are talking about it in the Telegram group. They're getting quite excited for the simple fact that people think they're just going to burn 2.5 trillion LUNC. But if we take a deeper dive into this and actually take a look at one of the articles they keep posting out, so they are pretty much more or less saying they are going to be doing a play to earn and play to burn game. They're releasing it this month and they've put aside $50 to $100 million to facilitate the burn during the first season of Finesse. And the way they would facilitate that is by buying LUNC to burn as burnable rewards. Somehow they'll be integrating it in some way. So does this mean that this is going to happen instantly? Well, no. And is $50 to $100 million enough to buy 2.5 trillion coins? Well, no. If we look at the Binance Hot Wallet, it holds 2.3 trillion coins and you would need $368 million to buy that much. So you can kind of gauge just how much they're going to get from what they're putting towards it. So once again, they're moving forward to who are Lithosphere and who are they associated with, who are they attached to? The more I dig into it, the more I find they're actually heavily associated with MEXC and a couple of other places. And there's some holes in their history, some kind of like missing chunks and some weird relief fund things they did during the Rona period. So then if we go to the actual game, which is related to this, it's a game called Shadow Warriors. And you would think that all of this hype and them so keen that they're going to burn 2.5 trillion coins, this would be an awesome game, right? Similar to Exodus, Metagloria, or Lunar Burning Night saying we're going to burn 2.5 trillion coins. And just for the simple fact that they could say that because really they could do that over a long period of time. Anybody could, right? If you're burning coins from your game and you have a heavy fan base, a huge community, you're probably going to burn through a lot of coins over a period of time. So what I don't want is this to get out of hand. We get to the 18th and we see a FOMO either today or tomorrow, and then all of those people dump because 2.5 trillion coins simply just didn't burn. So now you're thinking, what's the game like? Is it, is this some sort of like next gen game? So we can go to their website and you can see here they've got a website and everything, and this has changed a few times recently throughout the videos that I've done. So they're saying the first chapter of Finesse is Shadow Warriors. In this chapter, a legendary warrior fights through the corrupted world of Draponia to free it from the hands of the devil Lucifer. Players can upgrade abilities using gold and diamonds collected from enemies, the environment, in order to keep track with the difficulty of the game. Shadow Warriors is an exciting RPG combat that combines the elements of a warrior fighting game, ninja samurai knights, and vampire adventures and street fights. Players can customize characters and the environment for successful attacks. So you would think this is, this is a really awesome game, right? They got a trailer. And here it is. That has got to be the most unnecessary music for that style of trailer. Now, as you can see, this is really not a game that you would think is going to be able to burn 2.5 trillion coins, because you've got to captivate a huge community to do this. The only way I could see this really blowing up is for the simple fact that you could earn coins from it and it will also burn coins. But at the same time, that liquidity's got to pay off and it's got to be profitable for them. There's a lot of holes in this. And like I said, I want people to be able to walk into this and understand what it is that they're saying they're going to do, and are they going to be able to do it? Because the simple fact is it's just a marketing stunt. It's the same thing influencers do to people with clickbait over and over and over again. And you'll see that they either clickbait in times when there's lots of good news and they blow things way more than it needs to be, or there's not enough for them to report on, so they resort to fudding with the same videos of like, oh, everything's crashing, oh, if Lunc doesn't do this, then it's over, and those kind of videos. I've no doubt you know what I'm going on about, but this, I'm probably being quite pessimistic about this, but I'm also going into this being a realist, because 2.5 trillion is a lot of coins, and this could be good. At the same time, it could just be a big flop. But when this does turn out to be some sort of rug scam or anything like that, them associating themselves with the Lunc community, it irritates me in the sense that when they don't do what they said they're going to do, people are going to be upset. We're going to have a lot more angry people who purchase Lunc, more angry Lunc holders. And we just don't want that. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants everybody to be really happy in this kind of perfect, surreal utopia environment. But, you've got people like this and projects like this doing these kind of things, and it just doesn't help. So you've got PvE, PvP mode, and the purchasing of NFTs. So that, like, I look at things like this, and then I look at what actual projects are building, like Metagloria, Exodus, Lunar Burning Nights. Those are really good games that could really end up being huge games in the future. And the LUNC community really is setting itself aside in the gaming market, and that's something that is untapped in the crypto environment. And the more you look into that, the more you'll realize it really is untapped. And if we can get some really good gaming projects like these to get somewhere, it could be really good for us in the long term. And people always think in this next week or tomorrow or next month mindset, but you should really be, crypto's a game of chess, and you need to think 30, 40, 50 moves ahead. You need to understand the game, study other people's moves, and understand what the bull run actually is and what it means, and that crypto goes up and down throughout all of this time, and then all of a sudden it just explodes and goes to the moon, and 95-ish% of people just miss the bull run each time because they're not educated enough and they don't understand how things work. So hopefully you got some good information, and hopefully we've kind of nailed down on this as they're drawing into their launch date, which is in 2 days. So that's going to be on Sunday. So see what happens, but don't expect a 2.5 trillion burn, for the simple fact that what they have allocated is not enough to buy 2.5 trillion, and they're not just going to burn it in one foul swoop. They're going to use it to build a gaming community customer base, so to speak, and burn that over time and use it as a lure to attract people. Folks, stay safe. None of this is financial advice. Beware of scammers, doppelgangers, anybody pretending to be me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Shoo.